The last we checked in, these warriors were just leaving the Pride of Talia's main base, the forefront of what they were. But as they rose from the wooded area of the Pride, they leave into a forest, one with dark mist and very ominous presence to it, as if everywhere was hiding something monstrous. So, you all come out of that hollowed stump, and you notice that the area around feels very tense. The entirety of it is familiar, but still something that you can never get used to. You only know of where to go, not the exact location.
Lily is just going to just look around, basically not going or moving until one of the others do.
I guess I'm just trying to remember why we're out here.
Get to a town.
Well, the last thing that you remember that you were told to do is go to the Widow's. The Widow's Blood Cave.
Blood cave. Yep.
To remember
Right.
why you're fighting. And to get information.
Okay. So, I need my hound.
Immediately, once you get out, summons the wolf as you see the blood pool up from the earth and a little bit from your own veins as the wolf respawns, his mouth shaking, almost as if he was kicking fleas off.
Oh, who's my good boy? Alright, so I feel like as a ranger, I should be the one who is able to kind of like I guess not figure out which way I need to go, but like have a better idea of where to go. So,
Give me a nature roll.
okay.
With advantage.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, opening that sheet, because for some reason I didn't have it open already, and there we open.
It refuses.
It really is. It's fighting me. Alright, nature. Why?
Alright. Looking around at the terrain, though there's fog, you still can look past. There's mountains to the north, and when you start looking back, you see the rivers and water leading to the ocean south. You know the only place the cave could be is back there, unless it's on the coastline, which, judging by the terrain and how things are, you doubt it.
I mean, it was called a cave, not a cove.
Exactly.
That's a different vowel, so we need to head to the mountain. So, we're gonna start heading north.
To me.
I guess I'm gonna have, since my bloodhound has any kind of ability to perceive by scent, I'm gonna have him at least keeping an eye out, since I actually think he's better at seeing shit than I am.
Okay. Coming through the entirety of this place is more deranged in a sense. It looks like the spores that came off the trees had formed fungus that shaped the land itself. It's spongy where rocks should be hard, while the grass
Ugh.
itself is heavy, hard like rocks.
Fucking nothing around here makes sense.
Then when you jump, you fall. It's like, no.
I'm trying to get my head around the idea of spongy rocks. That just. Ugh.
You ever been to any of the playgrounds as a kid? It's like that.
Oh,
Ah, all right.
It feels like that under your feet. Though, if you were to stand out too long, you start kind of sinking.
probably a good idea that we don't. Well, especially for Lily, not to stand on it too long.
So, taking your walk, you do feel the presence of something around. Even your bloodhound keeps trying to sniff and track what it is.
God, I don't like the idea of something just snooping around. I actually, hold on. I think I need to read this spell for a second.
Okay. While you're doing that, what about Lily and Elena?
Lena's kind of just taking a look around, trying to see if any of this seems, if she can like remember more about why this area feels so familiar to her, and is also kind of quizzical about the switch persona of the rocks and the grass.
Lily is just following the others, especially Graham's lead. She seems a little annoyed at how the ground is. There'll be times I imagine where she's like, one of her hooves kind of gets like sinks down a little bit lower. So she has to like pull her leg up like just a little bit more forceful, probably like flinging stuff everywhere. She's following, she's looking around, but she's also continuously looking at the lily flower that was given to her. And she's actually being quite as gentle as she can with it. She is going to look up towards Graham at some point and say, "Is this the way we're supposed to go?"
Okay, so I was reading one of my spells. It doesn't work the way I thought it did. So, he's just gonna reply and be like, I don't think the cave is gonna be down by the ocean, so I really think that we should probably check out those mountains."
The whole mountains.
What was that?
She said the whole mountains, like questioning, like, are we going to search the whole mountains?
Well, I mean, no, we're not gonna check the whole mountain. We just need to find a cave. It's called the what? Blood Widow Cave. I mean, if it's got the name Blood in it, my hound can find it.
You see immediately the hound start running and it grabs on it, so I'm just thrashing it around before throwing it. Get it off me! As he starts running. Hold on one second. Let's get this one. It's like up against a rock. He's holding up his weapons looking to fight.
I'm sorry. I love the idea of this dog fucking thrashing him, and he's just like, ah, shit!
It is. He's only about 2 feet tall, and he looks like he's ready to fight. So I'm gonna go ahead and say roll for initiative. Let's go ahead and have a little fun here. You know, he's just trying so hard. You know, it's one of those things where he's a little crazy.
Oh no.
Little buddy.
Oh, poor bastard. Lily got a nat 20.
Oh.
Ah! Tear you off from flesh and bone! Whatever that is! Alright. Lily. You see a little bastard.
She's like she sees it. She kind of like tilts her head at it, and like not like charging or anything, but she's just gonna just walk up to it. How tall is Lily? Lily isn't like super tall. Lily is like 6'1", so
Yeah, well, he's 2 feet. He's like, ah! Fuck, her chest is bigger than his goddamn body.
yeah. What kind of weapons does he have?
He has what looks like a broken longsword and a broken battle axe. He looks like he's a little
Aw.
advanced.
Can she try to reach down and grab him like by the head?
Yeah, you can roll a grapple check.
She's gonna do that. What I roll for grapple?
Athletics.
Which you have advantage in.
She's 2 sizes bigger, so yeah. Oh, no, one size bigger. But yeah, just grabs and he's like, ah! Starts getting lifted up.
Yeah, she just reaches down, grabs by the head, lifts him up, and is like looking at him like, "What's this?"
Ah! She just starts thrashing his arms.
Like, and she'll like hold her arm like out so like it doesn't reach her. So she just like she's gonna look back at the others, and she's gonna look at Graham and be like, "You want me to kill it?"
Your turn?
That's her turn.
Graham.
He's gonna pull his blood revolver off his hip, just kind of like have it in his hand, like pointed at the goblin that's being held up by Lily, and he's just gonna kind of be like, I don't know, I kind of feel a little bad for it.
You're gonna feel real bad in a minute!
Yeah, I'm sure I will. And I'm just gonna ready an action. If he goes to swing at Lily, I'm just gonna shoot him.
Okay.
And then Bloodhound goes, and the Bloodhound's just gonna get up close.
Just, oh no. No,
Move up here real quick. And I'm actually going to do the same thing. I'm gonna ready Ray of Frost for if he does an attack action. Yeah, that will be my turn.
You just see him. And then he just swings. He swings. You can go ahead and use your actions. That absolutely hits.
Do I get one shot or three?
You get one shot. Well, let's be fair, I don't think it really matters in this, but just go roll that shot. Roll the shot. God damn it, dude. Chill.
Oh god! I just dead-eyed his ass.
That's 16 plus just literally you're holding a fucking severed head.
She's just gonna like just look at it, then just drop it. Just
You see it laying there. He's dead as a doorknob. But you hear just this massive shuffling all around, and you start seeing just tons of little eyes appearing, and the same whistle.
God damn it.
And they get to go. Don't worry. You kind of saw how fast that was. All right, he's gonna run. You just see him start swarming. They start jumping on the old dog. They start jumping on your back, Graham. It's like they're all jumping on everything. Lily, they try and jump on you. It doesn't really work. And all right, first one. Let's do Graham first. Damage battle axe. Damage battle axe.
Miss.
You're just like they're trying to stab you and shit, but you're just kind of brushing them off as the one of them does a side swipe with his bonus action. Still, then the other one starts.
Oh man, you're starting to make me feel bad.
That one hit.
Last one hits.
As you're just like, get off, because fucking asshole. Then the one gets a lucky shot, stabs you in the leg. Then the final one. And then as you're dipping down from the one cut, the other one comes across and cuts you across the face. Then let's go ahead. As you start bleeding, all of them look like they're just kind of jolting around. They smell fresh blood. Nalina. As you're just kind of swatting them away first. And then the other one.
I'm gonna use shield.
Just all of them miss.
Yep.
As you go, he it's about to hit you, and you just kind of press the shield outward, and it just bounces off. They start swinging at it more, just, kicking it a little bit. And then the dog getting attacked a lot of times, just like Graham was. I don't know its AC.
The same as mine, 20.
One of them got a good shot.
It's just critting against me, it's fine.
This battle axe hits in the back of its nape. The dog just starts getting pissed off. Little jab into its side. Oh, this one needs to be down like that. Last one. Alright. Lily.
Right. Oh, it's my turn. I was like, oh, they trying to hit me, but
No, they were all attacking the dog. They tried to jump on you, it didn't work.
She's not even gonna get her axe. She's gonna take her claws to this one.
Alright. That
I
is.
didn't
Oh, actually, 14 doesn't it? 14.
Okay. Yeah.
As
sorry,
you swing,
yeah.
he ducks down, looks at you, and points his battle axe as if he was marking you as the next target.
Do I have to be raging to get on my multiple attack, or?
No, you can still do a double attack.
Okay.
That hits. So red rage and all that's not on there, but
No, my bad.
okay, that's
There we
actually hilarious. So
Alright, sorry, there we go.
as you do this, you just take a swipe. The swipe cuts through like half of their face, and they look like they're standing there, hardly even living at this point. Just you nearly severed his head from his neck.
And that'll be her turn.
Alright. Graham.
Alright, This is going to be important information. Which one crit me?
I'm gonna mark it.
Alright, I'm shooting him in the face.
Alright, blue is the one that just got a lucky shot on you. Yeah, the crit, that one.
Alright, so first I'm going to bonus action to cast Crimson Blur.
Okay. As you just start vanishing and getting this red bloody effect around you. Let's see what you do to him.
And,
Yeah. As you turn your entire body point blank, go ahead, roll damage. You just blow like its ear off as he tries to weave out of the way.
second attack. Bang!
Go ahead. As he just the other ear fucking gets shot perfectly, so it twists his whole head around. He's like and dies.
And just he gets that lucky hit across my face. I just whip around, just BAM!
It's like,
Just that hip fire.
bastard.
I'll teach you to hit me now. Now I want you to hit my dog.
What one you shooting?
The one that crit the dog.
Okay, so this one up here. Just he's like looking at his hand that got shot off, losing his battle axe.
Don't touch my dog. And that's the end of my turn.
Lena.
Wait, doesn't the dog get to go?
Oh yeah, dog. Get the dog.
Oh, dog gets to go. Alright, it's gonna bite the one that I just shot the hand off of because, you know, it smells blood.
Alright.
It just has a regular.
That misses as it's like uses his stump to push away. As he pushes and the first time the dog's head goes back, and then it just bites the stump and just thrashes him, throws him around, slamming him across the ground before throwing him. Just
That's a good boy. Who's daddy's little boy? Alright. I don't think it has bonus action, so.
Alright. Nalena.
So, question: which one out of these two looks stronger?
They
The
look
one on
the
the
same.
right?
They look both about the same, let's be fair.
I'm
Which
gonna target this one.
Ah, prejudice, I get it. Go ahead.
Finger of death.
You just see him go for a swing
Nice.
and then his whole body dust. Fucking dust.
Oh no, he doesn't turn to dust.
Oh, it turns to a zombie.
Comes back as a zombie next turn.
Lord. Oh boy. These are fucking terrible zombies though.
It comes back as a zombie that is permanently under your control. What the fuck?
Yep.
And then bonus action, quicken spell,
Okay. What you doing?
Ray of Frost.
Alright, what one?
This one right here.
Okay.
Ah,
As
shit.
you miss, I'm gonna get you for that!
Do you have the bloodthirsty feat like the rest of us?
I don't think he actually chose Bloodthirsty.
Oh my god, why would you not choose that?
Because I had to get my int all the way up.
It's just a feat!
Shh.
Well, alright.
So,
Yeah.
your turn.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Alright. So, you see them, start... The one right here is gonna attack Lily because of how mean he was. She was.
Alright. The second one hits.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't?
Well, it might not.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, because it's double. Yep. Let's see. Nope, no hits. Just hits her in the thigh. You big bitch! As he's just smacking the shit out of your leg. The next one's gonna attack the dog twice. Then the bonus action locks.
Can't do it. That dog is too slippery.
Next one's gonna attack Melina.
2 hit.
There's just cut. I told you you're gonna pay for it! And finally... Huh?
I'm gonna use my reaction to like half the damage with...
Okay.
Which one was it? Oh yeah, Vein Bender.
Alright, and then finally Graham.
They have disadvantage, by the way.
I don't think they're gonna hit then. Yeah,
No, probably not.
they hit shit. Final one. Let's do this.
Oh, poor guy.
Lily.
When it like hits her leg, it probably doesn't do like anything, but she just goes, "Ow," and then she's gonna just fucking finish the job. So I do have bloodthirsty, so I think that does give me advantage
Yep,
now.
you-
Oh,
yeah,
alright.
you took damage. Alright, roll damage. You just go down with your claw, grab onto his skull, just done.
Now, can she like step? Like she's basically gonna step over this one or onto it and to attack this one.
Yeah, go ahead. That hits.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't think this thing deserved that. Ah!
So as you walk up, you just go to swipe through his midsection. His midsection gone. As his head looks down as he's fallen, and just gone.
Oh, dear God in heaven.
Just sudden chest gone. God. Whew.
That's her turn.
Graham, you just watched the scariest shit from Lily.
Well, good job as usual, Lily, but goddamn, you're frightening.
As the other ones are like, ah, still next to you.
Yeah, like he's just like not caring.
Like children, just push them back. That was crazy looking.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot the one next to Melina.
Okay. Ow. Ow. Good job. Just. My kidney!
And is it still alive?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna hit it.
it's. Yeah, my kidney! He's gone.
I always tell everyone, don't touch my wizard. And they go ahead and do it. He's gonna look back at the two next to him, and I'm out of ammo, so
You gotta reload as a bonus action. Just. No, you don't even have to. You have reload proficiency.
no, I mean I'm literally out of blood
Oh
monsters.
shit! You gotta use Okay, you're just looking at him.
But they don't know that I'm out of ammo, so I'm just gonna point my gun at them and just be like, "All right, which one of you is next?"
Roll intimidation.
Yes, intimidation. The thing that I am highly good at.
They actually use their nose. He's out! He's out! They can smell blood. Alright, is that you two?
Yeah. You guess who's not out?
The
dog.
Oh, the dog, yeah! Dog just starts charging over.
And now it has advantage, so...
He just bites into his ass. Ah! Oh, no!
That is 8 more blood damage on it as well.
What adds more blood?
When it moves up to 10 feet, it adds the blood charge.
Oh, God. Just fucking... Hold on, that's yeah, he's not dead, but he's like, I see blood. As his ass is gone. Yeah, roll damage. As this time he grabs its leg, just starts thrashing it around before just eating its head off.
And then it's going to finish its move right here. I'm just going to look at the last one and be like, still think I'm out?
He just starts spinning around in fear, but also trying to swing. Nalina.
I'm gonna come over here, just on the other side. I'm just gonna look at him. If you really want to live, you would surrender right now. Is all I'm gonna say to him. Do I need to make any check, or just am I gonna blast him?
He looks like he's more frenzied now. He looks terrified and just angry.
Ray Frost.
It's...
Chill.
Cold.
And just for the fuck of it, quicken spell. Ray Frost.
Go ahead, roll damage. As this one, you see him like go for a spin maneuver and he gets frozen. As his body falls over and shatters.
Damn, I actually kind of appreciated his moxie.
Rise, my creation.
I'll let you have control of this one right here. Controlled by... Where are you at? Where are you at on here?
No.
I'm going to eat their blood, by the way.
Okay, it's real nasty. It's just a little goblin blood.
Well, yeah, but I get to heal based off their hit points.
Yeah, they have 26 hit points. Their hit dice is,
Yeah, so it's the amount of hit dice.
so 4. Alright, but then as you all are doing that, you just see this bigger mouthed one. Oh god, okay, oh shit, it's me! No. He just starts running immediately when he sees Lily. Oh god.
Lilia's gonna start chasing him. She's kind of in that that moment, and she sees that, she's gonna like, and like starts charging.
You know the Patrick run?
Yeah.
That's him. As he trips on a sponge rock.
Yeah, she's gonna start. How far can she get?
She can speed up past him, okay?
She's gonna like run after him. He just turns around and just sees this gigantic tiefling woman just.
Oh, hey, Lily, how's it going? Hey!
And she's like gonna like grab him, just.
Oh god, I'm a kid! He's just holding him upside down.
Yeah, just.
I didn't do it, I didn't know.
She's just gonna be like,
Hey, did you polish your horse? You look real great today. You look amazing. You know?
she one's got a big mouth.
What? That's not very nice.
she's gonna like look back at the others and be like,
You don't even know me? Why you don't tell if you know me? Why are you making food of my mouth?
I mean, if you knew her, why'd you have your boys attack her?
I'm not the one that did it!
That sure is unfortunate for you.
I was falling behind!
Well,
Hi, Graham, how's it going? You look really good today, too! Indeed, I.
I just woke back up.
What?
So, Lily, you go ahead and do whatever you want.
Oh, God, oh, God.
she's gonna like just look at him because he did say her name, didn't he?
Yeah, he said everybody's name so far.
It's just like she's gonna start like shaking him to see if anything falls out of like if he has like any pockets or anything. Just like
you're just thrashing him around a little bit. You just see a whole bunch of random shiny rocks, some fucking diamonds, some different pieces of Canrith fangs, which is the currency here. Some. You also see like this very oddly shaped stone that definitely is not something you'd want to touch. He has a few other things that fall out, like a large stick with like a pointed edge. You see his broken longsword is like just a nub. And yeah, he's just
she'll stop when she's like doesn't feel anything else falling out of his person, and she's gonna like bring him up, still holding him upside down to where like their eyes kind of meet, or like she can look in his face, and she's like, "How you know our names?
What do you mean?
Who are you?"
You don't remember?
No.
You don't know your favorite little Goblin Grom?
She's like gonna like she's actually gonna see if she can remember. She's gonna think.
Give me a history roll. With what you're like looking into his eyes, you just see the vision of a cage and him eating what looks like a leg, and then he like is shakily handing it to you, and you just grab it. It's all from first person, and you just start eating, and that's all you can see from him. You were reaching through bars to do that.
Like she's gonna keep looking at him, but she's gonna say to the others like, "I think he's telling the truth."
Of course I am! I used to talk to you all the time! Then you got all obsessed with, oh, I'm gonna kill no Canvas, I'm gonna no Canvas. And I'm like, I don't want to do that, it's got out of his control. I don't want to be here. Then I ran. Then Crab, he tried to hunt me down with his damn dog. I remember that too.
Well, obviously you did alright because you're still alive.
Yeah, I was ran up in a tree. Dogs can't climb very well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I'm getting sleepy. He's like,
She'll she's not gonna drop him, but she's just gonna lower him down onto the ground, still upside down, and like lay him down.
he just, his legs like are just fall to the side as he's just laying there. Right, I'm tired. How's it going? Y'all doing good?
Well, I mean, we died a little bit ago, so I mean...
Oh, you know, that's why I said what happened with Lil Karen. He's mean. Yeah, he can't go do anything. He tries to... He starts picking up the oddly shaped rock and puts it into his backpack. Right. So What are you up to? As he's like kicking his leg out. Like all nervous.
We need to find a cave.
Well, I know lots of caves.
Specific cave.
All right.
Widow's blood cave.
What? What's that mean?
It's the name of the cave. You know where it is?
I know caves. I don't know Widow Blood Cave.
Are you lying?
No.
What's up with that rock you got?
What I do in my free time is none of your business. As you start imagining the rock, you notice it has a slight curvature. Looks like a mushroom on the top. You connect the dots immediately.
Oh. Yeah, you do you, buddy. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be willing to help out an old friend, would you?
Why, you know any of them?
Yeah, me.
Right, yeah. What do you need?
Oh, well, you see, my blood canisters are running a little low. Look like you got some blood in you.
What? You just killed half of people. What do you do to them?
Yeah, well, it's pretty specific on the fact that it likes some, fresh blood.
I don't even know if I can do that.
Lily's gonna like grab his put a hand on top of his head, kind of hold him, to kind of hold him in place,
Oh, no, jeez.
and with her other hand, take his arm and hold it out.
Ah, stop! No, God,
I know, don't worry now. I ain't gonna take too much.
oh, God! How much you taking?
So it's 2 hit points per canister, so I think I'm gonna take 5 canisters.
Okay. So he's like, oh, at the end of it, you just see him is so pale. He's, oh, okay.
I appreciate it, friend.
Oh, feel good. He just passes out.
Yeah, that seems about right.
He's not dead, is he?
No, he's knocked out.
Oh, Lily's gonna pick him up and hold him like a basketball under her arm.
His arm's just dangling.
Yeah.
Are you really gonna take him with us?
I like him.
Ain't gonna be me to tell you no.
And she's gonna look over at and point to this and she gets to have one.
Yeah, well, she went and zombified that one.
You got that one.
I mean, that's my bloodhound. I mean, that's a different thing.
So I want to be fair.
She's gonna...
The one that Nalina actually figured to death, he is so fucked up. Half of his face is falling off, his half his side's mush, and when he walks, he's all thrashing about trying to get his replacement.
I mean, hers can't even talk. My dog, I mean, we all love my dog, but I mean, if you want your own little pet, I mean, sure, whatever.
She's just gonna smile, just
I'm fine with keeping a blood bag around.
Oh Lord. That was his name, from what you heard him say.
put that in my note.
Here, I'm gonna put the full image in for you. That way you can see this goofy bastard.
He looks pretty goofy already.
Here you go.
Ah, she loves him.
He looks like a squig that decided to stand up.
I know, that's why I love him.
Oh Lord, he's a character.
I like that his staff looks like it's going, ah!
It's on the ground still. Like he only picked up the one rock.
She'll pick up his stuff and try to put it just on him, probably not exactly in pockets, but just kind of just put it on him. Just
You're holding that like it's like groceries.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh man. That's what you guys do.
She's gonna be like, or where to now?
Well, I mean, I guess we're still heading towards the caves, but a little detour, I guess.
Excuse me. Yeah, she's gonna still carrying him. Just
You're really gonna carry him the whole way.
yes.
Alright.
Why?
I'm just down a hand, I guess.
She stops for a moment and it's just like, not stop, but she's like, let me see what she has on her rat bath.
Where the hell's my wizard?
So yeah, Nalita, what are you doing back there?
Alina.
Nalina dead.
Well, they'll catch up, I guess.
I'm trying to see if she has like any like rope or anything.
Oh, you need some rope? I got some rope.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, I need rope.
He's just gonna toss you his rope.
So what she's going to do is she's gonna pretty much make them into like a little she's gonna like tie the rope around like their arms and all that and like have it in a way to basically they're like a little backpack on her back.
Oh my god. You made a baby harness for the goblin?
Yes. It's on her back now, and when she does that, she'll show Graham like, huh?
He looks dead on their back. Just, oh.
I have to say that's single-handedly probably one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen happen to a goblin, and I completely support it.
My hands are free now, though.
Yeah, damn right they are. When he wakes up, though, he's gonna make a hell of a noise.
Oh, that's okay. Put him back to sleep if he does.
Yeah, sure. I could use more ammo. I got more canisters.
Where am I? As he's looking around trying to like thrash up. What's going on?
She's gonna be like, hi. Calm down.
Ah! What? He's like trying to turn his head. I can't see!
I don't need to see.
He's like thrashed around. Then after he sees like the rope, he just slumps.
She's gonna like, she's gonna be like, there.
So where are
Come
we
with
all going?
Find a cave.
try these, go get easy. He's just kicking his leg out. Try his cookie bread. Some days I'm not gonna make it out right.
She's just carrying him. She's not like really reacting to his noises and everything.
Graham is.
How's Graham doing?
He's just. I'm taking back my vote on how much I like this. I'm hating every second of this.
I walk in the avenue. He just keeps fucking singing random ass songs you've never heard of.
Oh god. I got more blood canisters if you want to keep singing.
Alright, I'm down.
Is that a yes or a no?
No, alright. Oh, I'm fine.
Alright.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
I can freeze his mouth shut.
What?
I'm pretty sure that you're gonna kill him if you do that. He's got a big mouth.
I can bring him back.
Why does everybody always say that? My mouth is average size, thank you.
You look
Really?
like a bit of watermelon.
What? What do you mean?
Lily just
I mean, you've got a really big mouth.
My mouth is average size, yours is just small.
I would actually say mine. I don't know. I got a little bit of a big mouth. That's a different kind of saying. Yours is literally, physically bigger.
Now you're just trying to insult me.
I
Is it
mean,
working?
That's
a
rude.
little.
Are we there yet?
Which way are we going?
We're going north.
We there yet?
Oh, oh my god.
We there yet?
Are you sure you don't want me to freeze his mouth shut?
I'm about to shoot this man with his own blood.
We there yet?
He's funny. He's funny.
You know what? If Lily's happy, I'll put up with it.
We there yet?
Oh. Why do you make me second guess my decisions seconds after I make them?
It's just a question.
No, we are not there yet.
All right. 2 minutes later. Are we there yet?
Lily, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Lily's going to like look down on the ground. She's gonna pick up one of those squishy rocks, and she's gonna reach back and she's gonna like put it in his mouth. Just like chew. You know, like just here, chew on this for a bit. Is that better? Yes, Graham.
He's just like pinching the bridge between his eyes. Just oh yeah, sure. I mean, it's muffled, but no. No, we're not there yet. Why the hell are you talking more now that there's a rock in your mouth?
freeze the rock in his mouth.
I feel like every solution is just making the situation worse.
You just keep seeing all the saliva because it's too cold.
I can fireball him.
I really do feel like fireball is not the answer in this situation, seeing as how he's attached to Lily.
He's even like lifting up his arms and swinging him back and forth.
Nalina just kind of holds up both her hands with two mini fireballs appearing in her hands. It's the solution for everything.
I mean, it's really not.
I mean, it worked on all those Lord King clones that we had to deal with.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing that it's a good solution in a lot of situations, but it is not the solution in every situation. You get it?
Nah, I think it can be used for every situation.
I feel like you're smarter than this.
I know. I just like fireball.
I think I know. I think I know what to do. She's gonna take him off her back and like hold him in front of her again, and she's gonna take the rock out of his mouth. She's gonna
Why do you do that? That was cool.
I'll give it back, but well, since you're not passed out anymore. She's gonna like put him down on the ground. Alright, go. And she's gonna like just kind of like nudge him and just like go, just like go on.
Are you doing it in a way that he runs off or runs forward?
Oh, he can go whichever way he wants. She's basically letting him go, just like go.
Oh god! Oh no! Good seeing you again. Bye. He just runs.
I'll miss him.
I'm going to assume, since we've seen him before and we saw him again, we'll probably continue to see him again. I won't worry too much.
She still has that rock in her hand. She's gonna look down at it.
Just slowly starts raising a hand as if like about to fireball him.
Dude's
That rock got drool on it.
I know.
A lot of it too. That's like a slime ball now.
She's gonna put it like in her bag, in her like pocket to her bag.
Oh lord. Okay. Fuck. Okay.
So I'm just gonna be continuing on the path to try to find Widow's Blood Cave.
Okay. So you guys end up making your way up north. You all on the page?
Yep.
Okay.
As the mist slowly starts to kind of dissipate, you get to the mountains. Oh god. Are all you still on the map or you got... There you go.
Oh, there we are. There we are.
What languages does everybody speak?
Let me see.
Uh,
Common and infernal.
Common and abyssal.
The answer is Common, Elvish, Infernal, Abyssal, Umbral, and Undercommon, which I think we determined was not Undercommon. It was something else. It was the undead language.
Right. So, yeah.
I have a lot of languages.
Yeah, the ranger. All right. I was just curious.
Just the southern speaking man is the one that knows the most languages.
Arigato.
Konnichiwa.
Oh God.
Pardon.
Buongiorno.
Oh God.
I'm here today, Chi. All right. Oh fuck.
Okay, so I'm gonna start heading towards what looks like the. Actually, I probably can't even see it from down here.
No, you just know that you're getting close to the mountain ridge.
Also, looks like there's a second cave over here. We don't. One of them could be Widow's Blood Cave. The other could be Blood Widow's Cave.
One of them could be the pits of hell. We don't even know. One of them could be Grom's house.
Just walk in there, like, it's like, how'd you guys get in my house? All right. Yeah. I'm going to. I'm gonna choose a path. All right. I'm going north. I'm gonna guess it's hard to climb these rocks.
Very. But you pull out your knife, and for a moment, as you look at it, you see like 3 hands on it, and you shake your eyes, and it's just yours. And for that weird little moment there, and then you use it to climb.
I have a climbing speed.
How the fuck you have a climbing speed?
The
deft
Deft Explorer.
Yeah. So, with the knife and everything, you do manage to climb really easy. So,
Being a ranger is great. I don't care what anyone says about this class. This class is fucking awesome.
and you see everybody else, they're gonna have a very hard time doing this. You gotta help them up.
I'll help Nelina first.
You just lift it up, delete.
Yeah, basically, just kind of like turns around, like grabs her, lifts her up towards the edge.
You could probably toss her up there.
Just out of range for that, you have to help them.
I could catch her.
Fuck it. We bowl.
Alright, seeing that, she'll toss her.
You have to toss me.
Roll athletics. Okay. Just Graham, roll sleight of hand. Same with you, Nelina. As you both and you pull her up.
Ah, yeah. The strong grip.
She's gonna look down at the little undead goblin.
It's just standing there.
She's gonna do the same. She's gonna grab it by the head and throw it.
Roll with advantage. He's just laying there on the ground before slowly getting back up.
He's fine.
And now she's gonna try to make her way up. She's gonna see how far. Let's see.
You actually have a climbing speed too.
Yeah. Would I have to roll anything for that then, or just go?
No. You both like you start using your claw, stabbing into it, using your foot. You've done this a few times. As you slowly get to the top, holding out your hand to Graham.
He'll help her up.
There you go.
Is that it? She'll say it towards the cave.
I mean, he doesn't exactly have a sign that says "Welcome to Blood Widow's Cave," but
When he says that, she'll actually like look to see if there is one. Just you're right.
Give me a perception roll.
Oh,
everyone or just her?
Everyone. Nalina, you're checking over the goblin zombie, seeing if everything's good after that throw. Lily, you're just looking at the cave like, yep, no sign. And then, Graham, you start noticing that there's inscriptions around the border of it.
I'm gonna walk up and do the thing that adventurers shouldn't do, and I'm gonna read it.
Yeah.
Or attempt to read it, I guess.
You actually just see names of people. None of them that you really know, but you've seen the inscription before.
Huh. Well, I guess it's not really relevant to me, but I've seen this before. So I've at least been here once. Well, let's check it out. Cave's a cave, and we're looking for a cave.
So, as you walk in, you press your hands to the wall, and your eyes just immediately kind of open. And you start immediately knowing the layout of the entire cave system, as if memories were coming back to you.
I think we're in the right place. I'm starting to remember things.
Do we start remembering things too, or?
You remember the layout of the cave, just like him.
Is there
Like-
a light in this cave?
There's not, but your instincts are telling you like you can go everywhere. You have whoever has dark vision's fine, but still.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and then cast Light on Mage Hand.
Does that work?
I think they're both
Says-
concentration.
Mage Hand shouldn't be concentration. Yeah, no, neither of them are concentration.
Yeah, just lasts 1 minute.
Mage Hand lasts a minute, and then Light lasts an hour, so whenever Mage Hand lasts out, I recast Mage Hand since it can't trip, and put another light spell on it.
I don't know if it counts as an object, but you know, for really cool, sure.
Yay.
As this glowing hand is just hovering around.
You know, of all the things that you could have cast light on, you had to make it a floating hand.
Would you rather I cast Light on a dog?
I'd rather you cast it on your goblin.
Why the go-
I didn't hear what you said.
Why the goblin?
Because at least then, if something attacks us, it's going to go after the thing that's casting light.
I mean, the floating hand works as a good distraction too.
I don't know. I wouldn't feel tempted to shoot a hand.
I mean, you were shooting hands earlier.
Yeah, they were attached to something. Anyways, we gotta choose a way to go. Left or right?
Does
Right.
instinct or anything at all, like...
Your body was immediately starting to walk to the right while you were standing there. Like, oh.
Okay.
Works for me.
Like, you don't even know why, but that was the way you were going. So,
This way seems good.
Right is right.
so, as you start going deeper into this cave, you actually see a light in the distance, a blue light. And when you start getting closer to it, it's a large clearing of just this large building in the center. And over the top, you see a sign that says the Widow's Blood Tavern. Now, the entire place is like a dimly lit lantern of blue light. Over top, the sun's there, but it seems to stop right at a canopy of what looks to be different types of feathers and foliage, and it creates this blue casted shadow over the entire thing.
Lily is gonna walk towards it.
So, walking a little bit closer, you notice that this is a very decrepit place. You hear the sound of tons of people inside, though.
We've been here before. She's like looking back to the other two.
Yeah, I think we've already kind of figured that part out.
Huh. Can she get up to the door? What kind of door or doors maybe does this thing have?
It looks like double generic wooden doors.
She's gonna like place both her hands on them and see which way they open and open them.
As you push them open, you get into a room just dead silent, with only what looks like two people inside. The hound and the goblin do not enter. They just are stuck in place.
That's not good.
You see nobody inside. The two people, one sitting at the far table, just taking a few drinks, while the other one on the far right is looking at you enter.
Could've swore I heard more people.
I believe you.
She's gonna go up to the bar.
You see him tilt his head a little bit. Didn't I tell you all not to come back here?
That'd be great if I could remember it.
So it finally happened then. See him pull a bottle off the wall. You all actually fell. He just starts pouring 3 shots.
Yeah, I guess you could say that much.
He just slowly slides the 3 shots to you all.
Graham will instantly down that.
Lily will take it and she'll like look at it for like a moment, just kind of like that curious look before drinking it.
Just imagine that she picks it up with 2 fingers and is kind of looking at it like, huh.
Yep, exactly. Before just
And then Melina just kind of takes a sip of hers.
It's really bad. I'm gonna be honest, it's real fucking bad. But it's alcohol. As you see him pour another series of them, and he looks at yours, Melina. Down the hatch.
She hesitates for a moment before trying to finish it all.
You managed to. And then he immediately pours you another. And he corks the bottle. So why is it that you're here, then?
We were told that if we were looking for our memories, that we should come to Blood Widow's Cave. Or Widow's Blood Cave, one of the two.
You had 2 drinks and you're already slurring your words.
Sinclair said to come here.
You see him set the bottle down. Well, clearly you guys are off your rockers by coming up to me and not the owner. So as you're looking around, you do feel the sense of rivers flowing beneath you, and the boards are broken. You can see down there, and it's just like this black sludge that keeps going through.
And how far down is it? Is it really deep down,
about
or
50 feet down?
she's Lily's gonna turn her head to look back over in this corner when he mentions owner.
You see him wave his hand to pretty much signal you all to be dismissed and go talk to him.
Alright. Graham's just gonna start walking over.
So with Lily.
Gonna leave her drink, but well.
Finish. Not one to waste a drink.
She just takes it and just does it in one go.
Burns. But yeah.
There you go. We'll get used to it.
So you see this man's head down before he looks up. He has 3 pupils looking at you. Markings on his face look as if he's been through hell and back.
Lily's gonna tilt her head at him and lean forward like she's trying to look close at him. Are we supposed to talk to you?
You see him looking at all of you, and it goes back to just going through a page, writing down some things, almost as if ignoring you.
Look, I'm not one to be rude, but we're kind of here for a reason. At least I think we are.
You see him running his hand across his forehead. Then he looks up at you. Then to Lily, then to Nelina. And he snaps his fingers, echoing through the entire place as he points to the red door at the top of the stairs.
Alright.
This one right here.
The very top, yeah.
Okay, because there's 2 top red doors, not just.
No, the
no.
top, very top one.
Oh, okay.
One that has
this
broken
one here.
boards, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that was the one we were supposed to talk to.
I don't know what's going on here.
As you just see him standing right here as you guys show up.
She's gonna look back at the corner. And then back to him.
He holds up one finger and then points you back a little bit, Lily, as he looks to Graham and he presses his thumb to your forehead. You feel this marking burned in for a moment. All of you who are watching, you see just this symbol of what looks like antler horns riding across his forehead. And then he steps back as he points to the door.
Do I feel anything from that?
Pain. Your vision's starting to get swimmy too.
Oh. Okay. Ow. Yep, I'll go in the door. I'll just don't do that again. He'll open the door and go through.
You see him turn back to you, Nelina. He points to you and moves you over. And you see him raise up his thumb again and presses it to your forehead, the same pain radiating through yours, before pointing to the door.
Sorry, I swear. She'll go through the door too.
And before finally, he signals you, Lily, over. And you see him trying to signals you down.
Yeah, she'll lean down.
And he raises up your hair and presses onto your forehead. The same pain echoing through. And once again, he points to the
That
door.
really hurts. But it's okay. I'm not mad. She'll go through the door.
Now, we all have to go to different parts. Deaf muting you! Alright, so, we're gonna start with you, Graham. So, your first memory that you see is what looks like you as a child, bleeding from your hands, lying on the ground. You see these people in the distance. They're looking like they're walking tall, kind of like hunters. And they look down at you. You're but a child, 7 or 8. You need help. What do you say to them?
I please help me.
As you see this one hunter come down, he has a rifle on his shoulder, one that looks more advanced than you've ever seen. Well, look who it is. Another sad excuse for a living creature. It could have been one of us to feast on him. But you beg and plead. We are not one to kill without merit. We choose only by what Tolia chooses. And let me ask, are you chosen? As he grabs your forehead, your brain starts screaming with despair, pain, agony, before you start feeling your wounds heal. And you see the man with the rifle stand up. Well, guess you are lucky, you son of a bitch. As he starts walking off, you've been chosen.
I am?
As he doesn't say any more words to you, he just keeps walking with the hunter group. And you start looking around and your hands are shaking. But there's this sense of value in what you just learned. You're chosen. And that's what you know. That's your entire mind for the few years riding. Your next memory fades off as the new one comes in. A momentary lapse where you see a brother just looking kind of like you. Doesn't have chops or anything. Very very loose-fitting hair, and you see him writhing in pain. And you see what looks like Canrith, the Lord's servants, leaving as your brother's screaming. You run up as you just see blood in your home. You see the body of your mother and father torn apart as you immediately fire at what it was that had attacked them. You see a gray-skinned man, same style hair as your brother, but not your brother. And you grab the knife that your father once had, the blade that you know is the mincer knife that you always have. You start running after him as he's leaving, trying to leave. As the door slams, you kick it open, one blast from your shotgun. The sound of the reload echoing through, the blood canister rolling on the ground, toward the man who's now bleeding on the floor. The blood's dripping. As you just slam your foot onto the canister, you see what's become of your brother. As you reload, after you stab it into your own arm, getting the blood filling it with your new canister. You slowly walk up to him as you point it to the center of his skull. Your words speaking out. Talia ain't meant for those weak and decrepit. Gauged by the Hunter's Code, you are set to die by the righteous hand of the Pride. You remember those words in your head as you keep holding it there. Your anger is still inside. As you see his eyes looking up, you say that you're giving him salvation, the poor boy. And then you, grinding your teeth, unlike what you gave them. As you see him grab onto your hand and the gun, and he says, "Please, don't do this." What do you do?
Talia has to decide.
So, as you crouch down, you grab onto his skull. You want to kill him. You truly do. But Talia's the one to choose if he gets to live. Your brother now turned vampire, who was on a frenzy due to what Canrith did, the Canrith soldiers did. You grab onto him, the blood in your eyes already pooling, angry. You want him dead. You want Talia to take him. As the visions of pain, despair, disease cascading through his soul, shaken, he's crying in response. All those same emotions that your parents felt after what he did. However, unlike those that you know would die, you see the wounds starting to heal. There's anger in your soul, but you're not one to doubt Talia's mercy. What do you say?
Talia is chosen. Don't let its choice go to waste.
So you turn, and you turn back, and you tell him if you see him again, Talia will not be giving you a choice. Your memory fades off. As a year later, you're out in the hunt. You see your brother grabbing onto you, and he says, "Blood is ever flowing, and in the vault of Lord Canrith we could get them back. Please, let me help you. I won't make up for anything, but it'll be a piece of hope in the world of hate. Like, we can take it. You can take the blood to Mount Celestia. You can get them back." Your brother told you this mission. You were in the Pride of Talia at this point, going against Canrith, who you already hated. But At the same time, that offer was there. That you now had a new life. One that you could actually be a part of. A new mission that you can succeed in. Take the blood of the deceased to Mount Celestia and get them back. You let your brother join. He joined the entirety of the Pride. He helped where he could. He held up his end of the bargain. As one day you're on a mission, captured, starving in this room, and you have no way of living as your brother grabs onto your arms. Graham, stay with me. Come on. You still there? He's shaking you awake.
Yep, I'm here.
Open your mouth. As he starts pouring what looks like his own blood into your mouth so you can feed. It won't last forever, but it's something, okay? I gotta keep you alive. As you see himself also a little woozy. As he starts to look around, you see him reaching into his whatever he had on him. I hid this. As he holds the family's knife, you feel just enough strength as he hands it to you. Get out of here. The next time they're here, run. Okay? I'll make a distraction.
I'll nod.
So, as you're laying there for a moment, you see the doors open. It looks like a man of Canrith's own guard walking toward you as you see your brother look down. The same one you saw at the Pride of Talia's main base. Sinclair. That's not his name. That's his middle name. But you know him as Kabuto Stagbone. As he rushes toward them, he tackles, trying to keep him away. Go! Go! I got him!
As I run.
Right. As you just start seeing him getting beat to hell. And you run. As you use the blade to cut through a few of the people. You hear a little bit deeper. Because you thought this was just another enslavement camp that they had. But then you heard one of the guards say, Lord Canrith needs him his blood bags, so do what you can. Keep him sealed. They'll be alive for years of torture. As you hold the blade, you see the family crest. And you turn around. And you lay waste to every single one. Trying to go through freeing your brother. Your arm gets destroyed in the process. Wounds forming. Things that you've been covering with wraps until now. In the most current day, they're wrapped. As you and your brother, after fighting through, are crawling out. He tells you, go on. I'll make sure the Pride knows. Just get somewhere safe, okay?
After all that bloodshed, all that exhaustion, all I can really do is nod.
He pulls you into a hug, and it's very much him caring about you. He's got a control of what he does now. And for that, you head off, the wound and the blade in hand, limping out of this old monastery of red and different types of wood. As you remember the next hunt that must be completed, and Lord Canrith must die. you hear in your head a different man's voice, one that sent you into the door. Do you remember what you're fighting for?
I do.
You take a step out of the door. You'll be at the one on the bottom this time. Going to someone else now. Be right back. Server def. Let's go to Nelina. As you are waking up, you are standing there with a series of people. All of them different wizards. It's like, we can go against them. The sorcerers are not the only threat. But if we are to be freed of their tyranny, we must fight on. You would agree, reading out an incantation, being one that would perform the ritual together with all of you, all of them. And you hear a bunch of them. We will not forgive what they did. Over 50,000 people killed in their own ritual. We were promised a city, not oppressive rule. You don't remember the entire past of the town you were in, but you do remember... One second. Here we go. What you do remember is all of these wizards coming together. You had a ritual, one that could cure what the sorcerers did to the countless people inside Sarasted. All of them got together, and you started making this one. Every wizard from the entire coast of Tolia coming together to go against the sorcerers. You had one conduit in the middle of the room. As you all started pulling your power into it, there was people, wanderers from all over the land, including one that you didn't quite know, until finally there was a moment where the conduit started to inflame. However, the man lifted up his coat and he shot at the conduit to shatter it. This caused a blast to echo out. The only reason you're alive is because your father threw you back. The conduit tearing the wizards asunder and echoing back into the conduit. The man running out. As you immediately feel just this immense power get surged through you as the conduit shatters. Flames start scattering across the boards, keeping you hardly alive. The flames grew higher. The failed spell. Still memories as you are sat in the middle. The conduit's power going through you as you just start slamming your head. Too many voices of too many people. You need it to stop. As you keep slamming it back, you slowly turn to your back. You have no strength. As you see the boards slowly start burning and they go to fall on top of you. It's only when the morning comes did you notice exactly what was happening. All the voices shouting at you, fight, fight, fight. As you look around, the veins in your own body being torn from limbs, keeping a shell around you. You couldn't remember much at that point, but you knew that you had one moment. You thrust the veins out. They create just enough time for you to cast one spell, all the wizard's power coming together and blasting a hole through the center, letting you go free as you walked out. It was empowering you. Empowering you to be the one thing you wish to be. The one thing you were. The last wizard of Tolia. And as you stepped out of the flames, the bags and torches long since dispersed, you see a sigil clear as day. Lord Canrith's personal army. You knew where you had to go. Sure, it was across the country, but that was where you needed to go. And as you slowly come into this area, inside Canrith's, You see the man who did it. All you do is shout, "Why?" as your veins scatter out and seem to pull him toward you. What do you say?
I'm going one responsible for this.
Just, no, I'm not the one that did it. You know for a fact it is. As you start draining the blood from him, you shout again, "Why?"
Did I start channeling the energy of a fireball through the veins?
Oh yeah, sure. As you start draining and then burning some of his body, he's screaming in agony. And once again, you just shout, "Why?" You're trying to read his blood at the same time, the innate vein scripture that you learned, but you're not getting anything. As he just shouts, "Lord Gareth, he gave the order! Please!" You're confused. Why would he give an order such as that?
Stopped for a moment, thinking. And then before she lets go, she just kind of firmly puts a grass on his head before casting Finger of Death.
So as you do it, you see his body erupt out in this dangerous power. It doesn't kill him outright, but then you grab on again and drain more of him. His body sunken as he fades. And you hear the castles, the radios. "The ever generous Lord Canrith. You had your future and your next kill. In memory of your entire family. The only people who would go against the sorcerers of Saharistad. You know who you have to kill. You know your target. And Lord Canrith must die." And that's your memory. As that starts to fade, you slowly start stepping out of the... you hear another voice as you're in the door. "Do you remember why you fight?"
Do.
As you step out of the door, you're going to be on the bottom one.
Okay.
Next, let's go to Lily. Lily,
Yes.
as you step through, you start having memories start flooding back. This one, you're just a hound. Just a chained beast for hunters. And you were sniffing the ground as if using your innate ability. They had forced you to be this. As you start tearing this village apart, roof by roof, person by person, until finally you crash down the door, rushing in, and you run over to a body, and you see this little girl crying over her dead mother. You start shaking. This never happened. Why? Why are you damning this girl? As you start going into a frenzy, rushing out and seeing the very hunters that you once were a part of. You rush them down and you're trying to kill them. Before you get netted, you're just screaming. You don't really make out words, just roars and grunts trying to get them out. As your memory fades, you're in a cage in the next. You see the little man from before, and he shakily hands you the arm, and you just start eating. As you see familiar faces of Graham and Alina, they were also captured. As Graham gave you a flower, and he says, "Well, it's so you have something beautiful to remember me by." He laughs. You're all prisoners in this moment. As you hear the poachers start talking. As you look to Graham and Alina, you see that flower and you feel comfort. And the first words you've spoken in years said to them, you say thank you. As you start hearing the poachers talk, she's just another feral native. Get rid of them. They serve their purpose. We don't need another drained specimen. You hearing that, you start trying to crash around, breaking through them, but you can't get out. They didn't care that you were in there. But as you thrash the chains around your wrist and neck, you're trying to get free. They start dragging you to the fire. As you see Graham grabbing onto the bars, he's watching this as he starts realizing you can speak, and you know what he says. As he shouts, "Hunt!" As the fire starts burning, you try again, slamming through as the fires keep going. They threw the trap into the flames. As your skin starts getting scarred more than before, the red coating it. As once again, you just hear him shout, "Hunt!" When doing this, you start grabbing the chains, pulling and pulling until they snap. The one on the neck, you do the same, snapping once again. You wrap them around your arms and your neck as you start prying open. Your nails longer, distended. You're larger as you start tearing open the steel. You look at the men who are looking at you in horror. What do?
She stares at them, and then she's going to, and then like the briefest second of silence happened before she just lets out just a loud screeching roar and goes at them.
So as you start going in, you tear them apart as you start biting into their bodies as well. You don't care. They're going to be your meal after what they've done. As you see Graham and Alina get free, they start going around, and you hear, once again, him shout, "Hunt!" as he's blasting through, trying to find through, and he gets his gun back. As you're tearing through the bones, enjoying that lovely meal that they just gave you, you then hear the gun blast again, and you hear it in the distance. You're here, and it's to the north of you.
She's going to run up that way.
Go ahead. When you see Graham standing over the top of what looks like the dead body of a woman, he had just shot whatever captives were there. That woman is the same girl that you had protected from the poachers. She'd been dragged along by them and used and abused the entire time. And she was put on blast by this. They tortured her. As you start walking up, you look at the branding on the armors of the men he killed. And he says, "Lily, I know who we are, who we need to hunt, to kill." And you see the Canrith Dynasty armor, and you know the same hunt that Graham is talking about. Lord Canrith must die. As you slowly start hearing a voice in your head, "Do you remember why you hunt? Why you fight?"
Yes.
As you come out of the doorway at the bottom. Same with everyone else. Let me unmute everybody now. Alright, everyone's back now. And let's go ahead and drop you guys in. as you see the man standing there. Do you remember why you fight now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Need you be reminded of anything else?
Um,
The 21st night
Lily-
of September.
God damn it. Lily takes out the flower that she still has, and she's gonna look down at it, and then like look back up. I just need to find that man and hunt him.
I mean, I got a pretty good understanding of why I'm doing this again. I don't got many questions about that. Though, I do kind of raise the question of why were we told not to come back here?
See him look over at the man down there. That is not my question.
Yeah, fair enough.
As he looks back, the pride needs you to continue. As he takes a step away, you remember his name. He just goes by Oracle, because that's all he does for people, is to let them see the visions of their past. He's honorable, odd, but the majority of what he does is that when he speaks, you remember the vast list of Pride members who have lost their life, all of them etched on the doorway that you came in. The reason for this is a memorial, but you also remember, you don't remember exactly the leader of the Pride's name or ever even seen him. He gives the order, he gives you information, he gives you supplies. He himself is also fighting out there. You hear of his deeds and everything he's done. He is a leader, but also a director for where you all need to go next. Currently, those kind of directives are with Kabuto, because he's the one that helps you all now in that way.
Two of you alright?
Lily's just kind of looking back down at the flower in her hand.
I just got a whole mess of trauma dumped into my head.
Should ask if you all right.
Oh, me? Yeah, I'm good. I just got my fire reignited.
Telling the truth, that he's alright.
Roll insight. Your choice if you want to, Graham.
Yeah, he's doing. I mean, he's not exactly happy, but he's all right.
You also all remember that Sinclair, Kabuto, how often they both shared a drink together. You know they're brothers. You've watched them day in, day out as they fought through the Pride with you. It's just those memories have to be relived to be granted the memory true.
So, question still stands. The two of you still good?
I'm alright.
I want to hunt.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
And she's gonna like.
Inciting the wizard.
Is the wizard all right?
Here's the wizard. All right.
Oh, fuck no, she's pissed. She really wants to murder someone right now.
You know
Specific
the
person,
intent.
but
You know the intent. You've seen Alina for years. You know that fury. You know that anger.
I saw you step away. Don't worry, she's not gonna murder you.
I wasn't stepping away. I was stepping towards
Oh.
the bartender.
It looked like the second I said that you took a step back.
It's like, ooh.
It's just convenient timing.
So, you see him looking at you all. You remember why you can't come back?
Nope. That's what I was here to ask you about.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Bet you don't even remember you owe me Canrith fangs. Yeah, starts just getting all angry. Fucking trade you good goddamn information. You go give me my money.
Laylee would check her person to see if she has anything to just put up on the counter for him.
You do have Canrith fangs, actually.
I mean, does she have?
You have an abundance for some reason.
She'll like take some out, and she'll just like. She's basically gonna reach into whatever container she has them in. She's gonna pull out like a palm full and just put them down on the counter in front of him.
That ain't the 1,000 that you told me. As you look in the bag, there's about 1,000 in there.
She'll just like put the bag up there.
So you didn't forget. The memory starts coming back. That actually was his bag that you had. It was from a hunt prior, and you just didn't come back here before the assault happened.
Sorry.
Yeah, we kind of died on the way.
Well, we're good now. You remember my name?
Nope.
It's heartbreaking, really. No. You can call me the Blood Trader, Griffin. You bring me blood of anybody you find, I'll pay you a good sum. Even information if you have it. Every single place here has its due. You need something investigated a little bit better than what Alina can do? I'm your man. As you start realizing that's what you used to do. Anytime you needed information, you would send it to Kabuto, who would then come here and then give you information back. You remember now?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember now.
Good. Want a drink now? Y'all need it.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Starts pouring one for all three of you. Looking at Alina.
She just kind of stares at it.
Yeah, I'll take hers if she ain't gonna drink it.
Just slides it down.
It's a little bit easier now. That fury also made you realize why you drink. So,
She just chugs it at this point.
so you see him take a little bit. You got any blood from the fight? Or any on your person that you needed info on?
Unfortunately, one's from the fight. No, it kind of got ripped back out of my stomach. The only blood I got on me right now is from Grom. I don't really want much information on him.
Well, that little bastard comes by enough. I don't need it anymore. Think I know all about his weird ways.
Think I do now too.
I want to know.
let's just say his activities in the private rooms are a bit much.
Just kill people?
I'll tell you when you're older.
She's just gonna look at Graham.
He just kind of shakes his head. So, check your pockets if you don't remember things. Maybe you have something on there.
Lily would check her pockets again.
All of you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nelena, you have a flask that has strange blood in it.
Kind of pulls it out and sets it on the counter.
Information or money?
Take a good use information.
Yeah, as you see him uncork the flask, and he starts just drinking it, as his eyes turn purple. What the hell is that? As you see him standing there as he's crackling with magical energy, and then you see him stop and grab onto the counter. Where the hell did you get that?
She just shrugs.
If you wanted information, you're lucky you had that. That's from a sorcerer of Sahirasted. One of the primes. How the hell did you get that?
Just shrugs again.
As you see him start using some of his vein scripting, as he starts raising up an image for all of you to see. One moment. One of the nobles themselves, one of the people who committed the atrocity. If you don't remember, back when the original city was made, 4 sorcerers came together, and they told everyone that they would build a city for all to see. All the local clans came together and they started giving all the supplies, as all of them started using the ritual. And in a flash, nothing but crimson remained as the towers and spires built a city, as the 4 sorcerers housed themselves like kings, with the entire city nothing but dead. They killed them all just for their own riches. And this one, as he starts making an image for you all to see, is one of them. I can't get their name, but they is your next target. I think you're gonna need to go into Sahirasted. Go ahead and build yourself some kind of equipment. Kill that man. As you hear a small gate opening of magic, and you see Kabuto stepping out. Oh, you made it. Good. I have the next target of the next magical item that we can get for you to better fight.
Does it have to deal with one of those sorcerers?
Somewhere in that city, yes, but not them themselves. The next one is one that was passed down from the giants. A blood axe with blessed steel.
There you go, Lily.
Where?
Well, from the information that I was given, it looks as if it was... He starts pulling out a map. In this district in Sahirasted. Wielded by someone without a name. A savage. Quite powerful.
So I had to fight for it.
As with the giants. I think that'd be
Yeah.
it.
I didn't think he was going to hand it over willingly.
I was hoping they won't.
You see him look over at you, Graham. Just kind of gives a nod, because he knows what you saw.
He's just going to give a nod back.
So if that's what your next mission is, you can count me aboard, or you can let me dig for more. As he looks over at Griffin, what'd they bring? Blood of a sorcerer. Really? As you see him hand the flask over. Dig into that. Maybe you can find something I didn't. Do you want me in, or would you rather me study this?
I mean, I definitely feel like you studying something is a lot more valuable. I mean, information is key in this situation.
Agreed. Rather not risk something happen to you either.
Oh, he can handle himself. I can promise that.
He nods. Fine. I'll go ahead and study this, and then I will see what other options we may have. Remember, as soon as you get any information that is valuable, send it over. You remember the runes.
Yeah, I remember.
And as he starts opening up a little bit of blood, and he starts opening the doorway again. Be safe.
You too, Kabuto.
He nods.
Lily, like, just hold up her hand, just like as and just wave it just by.
Griffin went out and stood there. That was the best tasting brew you ever sent me. Send me some more, and maybe I'll find something for you guys. Maybe a little bit to help you in whatever you're doing now.
I like the sound of that.
You bring me more blood from those sorcerers? I bet you I can find what we've been looking for, Graham. As he looks over.
What we've been looking for?
That hunter that you saw back when you were a child. That rifle.
Oh.
Give me some of that. I bet you I can awaken them good powers that they have. If they've had over 100 souls in them, just think what a tracker like I can do.
Guess we're giving us some of that blood.
Well, if this is what it is, I'll let you all head on out.
Expect a delivery next time you see us.
Actually, got an empty bottle.
You see him go back over here, throws one over to you. There you go.
Catches it and puts it in a bag. Hopefully this will be filled next time with me.
Don't get it broken.
No promises.
I want to try some.
Well, I'll see if I got some. As he starts holding out his arms to get his veins out. The little bit, because he's not a true vein scripter, he just has the base of it. The majority of what he is like more a tactician than anything. As he starts trying to get a few drops out. As he has what looks like a tiny little sip. There you go.
She'll partake.
Just slams it back. You are turbocharged. Whew. That is real good. Real good.
Gotta get more of that. And she's gonna like she was already standing up, but now she's like standing up straight and just.
I don't know why, but when you said supercharged, I just imagined her black hair turning yellow like Super Saiyan.
Oh, hello! As he starts looking at you, you notice he's here. Hi everyone!
Just knocks him over. She goes by him. Then she'll come back, sit him up, stand him up,
Alright!
like pat his head, but it'll be like really rough, like, and then
We'll see you around.
I hope not!
Oh, you will.
Uh,
You ready for another donation, by the way?
As he starts running.
I'll take that as a no.
Hides underneath the desk, the table. So, Graham, you can use your hit points.
Oh, I know. It doesn't take an action to use my own blood when I'm shooting, though.
No, just it takes 2 hit points.
So I'm more aiming towards getting it from others.
Alright. With that, as I said, not a very long session, but you now have your goals. You are heading to the Kingdom of Saharstead. You take carts, and sometimes you sneak aboard the locomotives that are actually throughout Tolia. Always using the shadows for your good little bit of an espionage there. Before you finally see in the distance the bright lights and the 4 spires, each one taller than the next, of Saharstead, the city of sorcerers, where you know wizards are hated. But that's the thing. The only wizard left is Nylulina. As you ride on the train, it's beautiful, really. The city of death, though.
Man, I sure can't wait for our wizard to go through even more trauma.
I don't know. You guys can kill some sorcerers.
Oh, yeah.
I think that'd be a little sick satisfaction. Go ahead and kill all 4 sorcerers. Clear that town. Get powerful to go kill Lord Caranth. Hey, there you go. But that is where we'll be ending session. Thank you everybody who joined. Can't wait for the next one.
Always excited for more.
Bye.
Bye.